Hey guys, I'm at it again. I'm making 2 small batches. I'm making some whipped pumpkin butter and some whipped almond butter as well. So when I'm using that, I use my small KitchenAid mixer instead of the big one, which I really try not to use unless I have a real big bag because I just like to keep it clean. It's a nice white one too. But I'm getting out all of my measuring things so I can make this stuff. I'm making advance orders. I just got an order for some pumpkin and whipped almond butter, so I'm just going to make those. And yeah, just want to show a little bit of my production of these products. I'm not sure if I want to use everything that's really measured in grams, and I have a scale, but I pretty much know what to mix in my butters. I've been making them from 2010. I started making the butters when I started this business. It's got natural, so you can't really go wrong if you use a little extra butter or some type of carrier oil, because it's just all oil and it's natural and it's no, it's not. That's the wonderful benefits of making natural products as well. If it's all natural, then you're not really doing anything that's harmful. Now, if someone is allergic to something, then that's something different. But other than that, they wouldn't be using a product if I had an ingredient that they were allergic to. So a couple of things go inside of my almond and all of my butters actually, but I have all my organic raw butters that I'm putting in. Again, I'm making pumpkin butter, but I use mango butter as my base as well, along with some yellow African shea butter. I got my certified organic coconut as well, cocoa butter, sorry about that. Cornstarch, I got my oils. I love to use grapeseed oil and all of it. It keeps the oils and butters from turning rancid. In the cabinet, my organic coconut oil. I'm just showing you that when I say I use organic, majority of the ingredients are organic, then I can put that on my labels. So I have certified organic coconut oil. I got organic pumpkin seed oil straight from pumpkin, cold pressed. So if I don't have pumpkin butter, I definitely use the pumpkin seed oil, which is the same thing. It's just melted down. One is melted and one is in a solid state, right? I have 2 of those. So I'll be using 2 different pumpkin seed oils as well. This is also pumpkin seed oil. I have essential oils I use for color and for texture. Definitely putting some vitamin E up in there. Again, this is certified organic. Organic vegetable glycerin. Only thing in here that's not organic and not natural, I would say, it's a mixture, is the pumpkin pie fragrance for this one. What else I got? Cornstarch is natural. Using that for the creaminess of it. When I make the slurry, I use the cornstarch for that as well. And I also use, is another powder. It left my mind right now. I got to get some more of that powder as well. And that one is a natural thing too. And of course I use I don't use beeswax anymore. That's why my products can say plant-based and vegan. I use organic carnauba wax, and there's another one I use. These are from flowers, so it's made from plants as well. So, and that's everything. And like I said, the majority of everything I read to you was organic, except for the fragrance. That's it. But this is another brand I do use, but it's really good because it's cold pressed and everything. It's not processed and all that stuff in a way that will remove all of the benefits of that. So I have my double boiler on, ready to go. I'm going to turn it down low. All right, let me get started. I think the rest of the video I'm just going to narrate through. But now I'm going to start putting my butters, hard butters, solid butters, in the double boiler so they can melt. I'll be back. And I'm back. All right, let's get these hard butters in this double boiler along with this shea butter and cocoa butter and everything else. The pumpkin butter will be last. I will add in. As you remember, I have the pumpkin seed oil in the mix that's set aside for the slurry. But I'm going to get to that in a moment. I just want to make sure we get all of this butter into this double boiler, which is on low, so it can melt and be ready to add to the slurry. I keep it in a cool, dry place. There's 2 butters I do have in the refrigerator because when they came, they were very soft and almost melted. There's the almond butter and the mango butter. Other than that, everything else was good. I keep it inside of a tote in a cool, dry place. Adding this cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is much harder. It's the hardest of butters that I use. And so I'm going to take this knife here and kind of chop it up a little bit. Just the pieces that I need. And the cocoa butter, of course, is one of the main butters because it helps to solidify the butter even better when it comes time to mixing it together. It takes the longest really to melt, so I usually put these in first, the cocoa butter, along with the wax, carnauba wax or calendula wax, plant-based wax that I use. I swiped that. I used to use the beeswax, but then I wanted to be, make sure everything was plant-based. That way everybody can use the product. So I use waxes that's from a plant. Okay, some of these are softer butters now I'm putting inside. I love making body butters. I don't know, something therapeutic about it again. It smells good too. And when you put the essential oils, forget it. Really, really good. Okay, I'm making my measurements. All right, now these are the carnauba wax, which are plant-based and organic. I'm about to measure that as well. This is not a tutorial, so that's why I didn't go into how many of this, how much of that. I'm just kind of giving you a back behind the scenes formulation of these butters that I got. Just recently received a order for, well, actually 2 orders just came in, and I had to make some new fresh batches anyway, so perfect timing. Sometimes I do advanced shipping, advanced orders, and I'll do shipment like maybe twice a month for those type of orders as well. There goes the pumpkin butter. I don't cheat when it comes to making my body butters. I give you all the rich stuff, good brands, good quality, because I want you to get the full benefit of what the butter's supposed to promise. So it's nutrient rich. Real great for the appendages of the skin. Everything that's made out of the same fiber, your nails, your hair, your skin, which is the largest organ in the body, or on the body. Now I'm putting in my carrier oils to make this slurry on the side. This here is some pumpkin seed oil right here, organic as well. Again, with the butters, you can cheat a little bit with the difference in grams or everything, because everything is natural and organic. It's not going to make much difference. Excuse me. I try to get every last drop. Every last drop. And this is one of my scales that I use when I'm doing these small batches to measure. Try to keep everything basically the same much as possible. So yeah, add the carrier oils. I start adding in if I got any fragrance oils or essential oils as the solution thickens, as it cools, because you don't want to lose the aroma. You don't want to lose if you have any kind of flavor, you don't want to lose it with the heat. So I gradually add essential oils as I start whipping up the formula. These are plant-based essential oils I'm putting in now. This is some glycerin, vegetable glycerin oil. Give it a nice slick slip and moisture. Let's blend everything together. The olive oil. Okay. That cornstarch, that's going to give it that slurry, that little nice thickness to it, like when you're making gravy. And I like the texture that it gives my butters. So I'll do an initial stir before I use the mixer. Blend it in really nice, evenly distributed, especially that cornstarch. You don't want any lumps in it. This is why I add the olive oil. That must have been the coconut oil or something before. Yes. I didn't know I left my ring light on. Like, ooh. Okay, so now I definitely want to make sure the bottom of my pot is dry, no water under it, because you don't want to mix any water with the butters. That's where you get your mold start growing, get pathogens and that. You can't have that because it's not a doesn't have any water in the formulation for the body butters. So I'll make sure everything is blended again before I start pouring in the hard butters, melted hard butters, and blend everything together, and then put it in an ice bath. Now sometimes I put everything in the refrigerator and let it cool, but I kind of wanted to rush through this, so the ice bath is like a catalyst, kind of speeds up the process for the butters to cool and get thick. And that's all. It also shortens down the time that it takes for me to make everything. So, because I need to make, this is the pumpkin butter, I need to make the almond butter next. Get that butter off those gloves. Again, remember I said as it cools, I'll start adding in more essential oils. See, it's starting to get thicker. I got my little special mixer. I can mix from the top without the splash. It's starting to get thick. This one is starting to get yummy looking. You want to eat it, but you can't. So then ice bath now. Usually I just stir. I'll go sit or do something else or prepare the labels or the jars and the bottles. And maybe like every 20, not every 20 minutes, but maybe like after 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I'll come back and stir it again and again to get it to the texture. And I like to have a nice whipped, creamy, like a souffle texture. So let it whip. Whip it, baby. Look at that. It's like frosting for cake. And now let's start to jar these things up. I wanted to try something, especially because I did run out of the cake type of bags to let the body butter just spread with a design. So I did the quick trick, which is to take a plastic, like a Ziploc bag. You cut a little hole in the corner. You take the designer tool. I forgot the name of those things. The tip, the silver, the metal ones. And you stick it through, and then you just squeeze. Okay, so now I'm making an almond butter. I'm making the almond butter immediately. But this was kind of in the evening, and I am kind of getting tired, so I'm like, ooh. I'm gonna let this cool now in the ice bath. Do it again. So I'll whip it and then I'll put it back again and let it cool off some more. Here are my jars. I hope you can see them. These are the pumpkin butters. That's 4 of them anyway. Packaging these up. Try to get it ready for shipping tomorrow, actually. This is Sunday, I believe. Yes, this is Sunday, so Monday is when I'm shipping these off. You know, you got to make sure everything is nice and cushioned, because when they get to the post office, you don't know what they do to the boxes. Even though you put Fragile on it, they still throw it and bouncing around. Thank God, I don't think, and nobody has ever said that they received my bottles and jars cracked or anything. Now with butter, sometimes things can be, the butters can be a little melted. Sometimes, most of the time I have not had anybody complain about receiving butters that are melted. But I remember once or twice they was kind of melted, and so I just had my client and customer just whip it up again. I told them to cool it off. Same process. Take a mixer, whip it up, re-jar it, keep it in a cool, dry place. Here we go. This bubble wrap really helps to protect it from damage during shipment. Nice and secure. Anyway, I'm so glad you guys just kind of stuck with me and watched me prepare this as if it was in real time, right? But anyway, just wanted to give you a little bit behind the scenes while I was formulating. This is the first order, and I have another order following. Don't forget now, if you want to get your own butters, I got gift baskets, spa baskets of different types of products and spa products. You can go to hisgardennaturals.com. I have men's beard wash and butters. I have some hemp CBD products, really, really good for pain and anxiety. Here's my almond butters, my whipped almond body and hair butters. And so now I'm just doing the whole packaging thing again, some more butters. Stocking up and preparing for the next order. But yes, thanks again, guys. Don't forget hisgardennaturals.com, and you can see all the different type of butters that I do have and the new things that I have in store that I'm making as well, which I'm excited about. My Genesis, ooh, there we go, 1 in 29 collection. See you guys later.